The storm had been growling for hours, but no one expected the sudden blackout. Rain hammered against the mansion's glass walls like frantic fists, and the generator hummed awake with a low vibrato that made every shadow look alive. You stepped inside the dim hallway, your breath shaky, your palm cold around the small necklace Jungkook had once left on the kitchen counter by accident. The emergency lights cast everything in soft amber warm, haunting and too intimate, and there he was. Jungkook stood at the far end, half his face lit, half buried in darkness. His wet hair clung to his forehead, the black shirt stretching over his tense shoulders. He wasn't expecting you, but he didn't look surprised either. He never looked surprised with you. Almost like he always knew where you were, what you were doing, who you were with. Why are not you upstairs? Margaret will lose her mind if she sees you wandering around during a blackout. His voice was low, composed, but something sharp hid underneath, something restless. You swallowed. Tonight wasn't about Margaret. Tonight it was about you and him and everything he pretended not to see. I needed to talk to you. He exhaled slowly, head tilting, the kind of exhale people do before jumping off a cliff. At midnight, during a storm, a faint smirk touched his lips. What happened now, troublemaker? That nickname, that soft tone, that stupid, warm, addictive softness he only used with you. Your throat closed. He took a step closer, then another. And suddenly, you could smell the rain in his clothes, the quiet danger in his scent. He was too close, close enough to break you. I can't keep pretending, Jungkook. His eyes flickered quick, almost panicked before returning to their usual dark calm. Pretending what? Your fingers trembled, the words rushed out like the storm had pushed them from your chest. I like you. The hallway went impossibly silent. The generators hummed, the rain, the wind faded, only his heartbeat and yours remained. You forced yourself to continue. I have liked you for a long time. I know I'm younger. I know people will talk, but I don't care. Not anymore. Your voice cracked. I wanted you to know. Jungkook didn't move. Not a blink, not a twitch, nothing. Just a long, unbearable stillness. Then he inhaled like he had been punched. Wine, he closed the remaining distance and lifted a hand, cupping your cheek with a gentleness that shattered you from the inside. His thumb brushed away a tear you didn't even realize had fallen. His touch lingered warm, trembling, dangerous. His jaw clenched hard. You felt his breath on your lips, felt the way his fingers tightened at your jawline like he wanted to pull you into him. For a heartbeat, you thought he would. For a heartbeat, he wanted to. Then he exhaled and stepped back, just one step, but it felt like a lifetime. His hand dropped, his shoulders stiffened, his expression froze, and his voice came out strangled. You're like a little sister to me. The words sliced cleanly through your chest. You stared, you waited for him to laugh, to say, just kidding, to soften it. Somehow he didn't. He didn't even look you in the eyes. His fists were trembling at his sides, his throat bobbed, he was laying. You felt it, you saw it, every part of him screamed in conflict, but the lie stood, a little sister. Your voice was thin, fragile. He nodded once, slow, like each motion hurt. You are 18, wine. I'm 32. This can't. He cut himself off, looking away sharply. It's better if you see me as family. Family, it echoed cruel and heavy. Your heart thundered against your ribs as tears plowed your vein. Right, your lips trembled. Of course, stupid me. You turned away. Jungkook took a step forward, almost like he wanted to stop you, but he froze mid motion. You walked down the hallway with shaking legs, willing yourself not to collapse. When you reached the corner, you heard it a loud, violent crack. Jungkook's fist hitting the wall again and again. He didn't curse, he didn't shout, just heavy, desperate breathing. You didn't look back, you couldn't, because if you did, you might see the truth he was fighting to hide. And you might break all over again. He said he saw you as a little sister, but after that night, everything changed. Jungkook became colder in words but more possessive in action. He checked the security footage more often, always the ones where you appeared. He warned Margaret's friend not to flirt with you. He drove you home every time you stepped outside, offering no explanation. He left your favorite snacks on the table but claimed, ask Margaret, she picked them. He watched, he waited, he heard silently. And he had no idea that you were about to hurt him back. The rejection replayed in your mind for days, his words, his tone, that heartbreaking lie. You're like a little sister, it burned. So when Liam, the quiet, annoyingly sweet classmate, confessed to you in the courtyard at school, you didn't think twice. People were everywhere, students, teachers, curious eyes, and more importantly, Margaret was there, exactly who you needed. Liam stood in front of you, holding a small paper bag, something he had baked for you. Wine, I really like you. Will you go out with me? Murmurs rippled across the yard. You didn't even look at him at first. Your eyes flicked to Margaret, watching her widen her eyes, already picturing running home and telling her brother every detail. Perfect. You turned to Liam, smiled brightly, and said loud enough for the entire corridor to hear, yes, I'll go out with you. Chorus of gasps. Margaret's jaw dropped. Students whispered. Someone clapped. Liam nearly exploded with joy. You felt nothing but a sharp, petty satisfaction. If Jungkook saw you as a sister, then you would show him exactly how a sister moved on. You were not expecting him to show up, not that night, not so soon, not like this. The doorbell rang at 11:47 p.m., sharp, aggressive, impatient. You already knew who it was. You opened the door slowly. Jungkook stood there, drenched from the rain, his black jacket soaked, hair plastered to his forehead. His eyes were wide, dark, stormy, and absolutely furious. He didn't even wait for you to speak. He walked right past you, kicking the door shut behind him. You expected his confession in public. His voice held a dangerous edge, the kind he used before breaking someone's bones. You crossed your arms, feigning innocence. You heard? He scoffed. Margaret screamed it into my ear. You smirked. He noticed. He hated that he noticed. You think this is funny? I don't know. You tell me you seemed very clear the other night. He froze once again, your words sliced at him. You stepped closer, keeping your tone light, almost cheerful. You said, I'm like a sister, right? So why does it matter who I date? Something inside him snapped, his nostrils flared, his jaw clenched, his fist curled tightly at his sides. You don't know anything about that boy. Then enlighten me, or better, don't. It's my life. You reached for the doorknob. You wanted him to feel that twist of rejection, that sting of powerlessness. He didn't move. He just stood there staring at you like you had betrayed him in the deepest way possible. You let out a cold smile, curl your lips. Why do you care, Jungkook? You tilted your head mockingly. You are basically my brother, right? His entire body went still, still like a man who had been shot and was refusing to fall. You didn't wait. You shut the door right in his face and behind it. For a long moment, you heard nothing. No footsteps, no breathing, just silence, the kind that felt like a turning point. The next day, Liam found you before class, smiling, blushing, holding a small, cheap bracelet made of pale blue. I saw this and thought of you. I know it's not anything special, but you smiled, softening a little. It's cute, thank you. You put it on instantly, not because you loved it, because you knew who would notice. And he did. Hours later, when Jungkook arrived to pick Margaret up after her club meeting, he spotted you standing with students near the parking lot. His gaze dropped instantly to your wrist. He marched straight toward you, ignoring Margaret's confused blinking. Before you could even react, he grabbed your wrist, firm, possessive, almost bruising. Jungkook, hey, what are you? Where did you get this? His voice was low, too low. You looked him dead in the eyes. My boyfriend gave it to me. His pupils dilated, something dangerous flickered in them. He released your wrist slowly, like forcing himself not to snap the bracelet right there in front of everyone. Then, without another word, he turned and walked off. Fast, silent, explosive. Later that night, when you stepped into your bedroom, you saw it. The bracelet snapped, beads scattered across your bedside table. No note, just silence, possessive anger. 2 days later, Liam insisted on taking you home after school. He was sweet, insisting he wanted to take care of you. You agreed not because you needed care, but because you knew Jungkook. When Liam opened the car door for you, someone's shadow loomed behind the school gates. Jungkook, black suit, black gloves, expression carved from stone. Too late, his jaw tightened so hard the muscle jumped. Margaret tucked his sleeve. You're being dramatic, Jungkook. He didn't tear his gaze away from you and Liam. Shut up. The words were pure ice. You settled into the passenger seat, meeting Jungkook stare. With a victorious smile, he didn't smile back, he didn't move, he just watched. Watched Liam close the door for you. Watched him walk around to the driver's side, watched the car pull out of the lot, and in his stillness, you saw it jealousy, blinding, heated, controlled. Jungkook waited until that night to make his move. Then he sent his men not to protect you, not because you were in danger, but because he needed a reason and a reason to pull you away from Liam. In an abandoned warehouse 2 towns over, his men shoved the terrified Liam into a chair. Jungkook stood in front of him, sleeves rolled up, tattooed hand resting on his jaw in annoyance. Relax, if I wanted to hurt you, you wouldn't be breathing. Liam trembled violently. Why are you doing this? I just like wine. Jungkook's expression darkened. Exactly. He leaned down, voice a sharp threat. Tell me everything, every secret, every lie, every intention, and don't even think about hurting her. By morning, Jungkook knew Liam's entire bloodline, bank history, childhood trauma, and GPA. And he planned to use every detail. Jungkook didn't sleep all night. He stood in his office, 2 buttons undone, hair messy, jaw bruised from a fight. When the sun finally rose, he had enough evidence to burn the word down. Liam wasn't a sweet guy, he wasn't harmless, he wasn't shy, he was something far worse. A rival son trained to manipulate. Sent to get close to you, sent to use you against Jungkook, and Jungkook realized it hours too late because by the time he stormed Liam's hideout and cornered him, Liam was already smirking like he had won. You think you are so smart, Joan? That girl, he chuckled darkly, she will do anything for attention. I barely tried and she fell right. That was the last thing he ever said. Jungkook didn't let him finish, and not a single person ever found the body. You were freezing your bedroom when Jungkook arrived at your house again. No knocking this time. He walked straight in like a storm wearing a leather jacket. Eyes fierce, breathing rigid, entire hour screaming danger. You folded your arms. Back again. What now? Gonna break another bracelet? He didn't react, he didn't joke, he just stared at you long enough for worry to crawl up your spine. Jungkook, he stepped closer, chest rising and falling. Liam wasn't who you think. Oh, please, don't tell me you stalked him again. He was sent after you. Your heart stopped. What? His voice dropped, cold and trembling. He's my rival's son. He approached you because of me, because he knew. He hesitated the words fighting him, because he knew I care about you. You blinked, stunned, care like a brother. His jaw flexed painfully. Don't. No, seriously, my big brother seems very emotional today. He closed his eyes like your words were knives. You took a shaky breath. Where is Liam now? Silence. Dead silence. Jungkook didn't blink, didn't move, didn't speak. You already knew the answer. Your throat tight and you killed him. His gaze didn't waver. He was going to hurt you. Shock rippled through your chest, fear, anger, and something else, something darker. You killed him because of me. He stepped closer. I would burn the entire world if it touched you. Your breath hissed not because of fear, but because he meant it every syllable. He came closer until your backs hit the wall. His voice softened painfully, beautifully. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm sorry, I pushed you towards someone dangerous. I'm sorry, I tried to protect you by pretending I didn't. He stopped, breathing hard. Fine, I like you more than I should, more than I'm allowed to. Your heartbeat stuttered. This was everything you wanted, and you were absolutely not going to let him have it easily. You raised your brows dramatically. Wow, so now you're jealous over me. Seriously? He narrowed his eyes. Don't start. No, really. Should I cry? Should I faint? Should I throw myself into your arms? His nostrils flared. Wine. You placed a hand over your heart, gasping dramatically. Oh, Jungkook, please save me from all these evil boys trying to date your He grabbed your chin sharply, not hurting, just stopping the words from coming out. His eyes were burning. Say it again. I dare you. You're laying closer, smirking. Little sis. He snapped.